Hello everyone and welcome back to another WARNO deck deep dive. This time we go back to the OG division, the 4th Schützen division of the NVA, of these Germans, and all their Fallschirmjäger and co shenanigans. Also guys, if you watch this when it goes live, there's still a couple of days to sign up for the WARNO League Season 2. If you haven't done so yet, consider doing so. You find all the infos on playsdl.com in the description down below. And yeah, let's check out this deck here. Starting in the logistics tab, which is generous. 3 good supply cards, MTLB good close to the infantry, Me 8 ammunition good for resupplying your helicopters and co, T813 great to resupply your artillery, SPW 3 availability, pretty nice CV, fast CV going around. Then the infantry tab, where we have the airborne contingent with the Fallschirmjägers over here and the Fallschirmjäger MG to come around and get you some forward deploy to really grab the map early on. Fallschirmjäger Führer to grab you some points potentially as well early on if you need be. It's pretty expensive still, really expensive for this, so you need to be careful if you really want to bring it and to grab the points, though the other leaders here are not much better either. And then you have BMPs with the mod Schützen that also get you some ATGMs here. And then the Panzerjäger coming around with a BMP without any ATGMs just to get you closer, get some fire support, and have the Panzerjägers in the forest hitting the enemy with their double RPG, mixing well with the Pioneers that we brought with the SPWs. And yeah, they can help you out in the town fights and co as well. SPWs, you get a couple here around as well, and those with the 50 cal can be pretty helpful too. Artillery, you have your ARM-70s to suppress enemy points where you want to attack. This division plays pretty aggressively, so ARM-70s mostly there to just deal with heavy tanks, pin down stuff like that, so that your infantry can push in that, and then the mortars here to just pin down units now that they have been buffed in aim time and dispersion, but also lay smoke for your infantry to move forward and get where they need to go. So artillery really suppression and support mostly. ARM-70s though, they can still deal some solid damage, especially if you get them a bit closer. Tanks, pretty solid actually, this tab. T55s, good fire support, cheap fire support, solid tank. T55M2B, long range fire support with the really strong ATGM that comes with 2800 meter range and good accuracy as well, can come around, help out on the long range. Flank protection by the Rapira, the 100mm anti-tank guns with the ATGM as well. And then the T55AM2s, which are just good, solid long range fire support units as well. And you get decent stuff here as well with the Rapiras, the T55s, and the Conquerors. You also have an okay amount of ATGMs, so I don't really feel like using the Conquerors even with the buff in stealth. This is good enough here right now. Recon tab, some mod aufklärers here. We have some BMP1s. BMP1 can be used in your tank blob as a CV, and the more chunky guys here can be quite nice. And then we have some strong special forces with the Fallschirmjäger Sprengtaucher and Fallschirmjäger Einsatztruppe to really give you even more of an edge in town fights. Together with the other Fallschirmjägers, you get a really big handful of like 16 special forces squads, and these ones are also quite chunky here, 8 hit points, so that's quite good. And the SPW, just a quick, cheap recon to go around, shoot things, and help you spot stuff. So SPW always still welcome for 35 points with 5 availability. AA tab, I rather use upvetted than going more numerous here, because this deck still wants to be fast, and so and you don't have really the points to invest super much into this. So yeah, veterancy it is. You usually want to bring these guys around now though, but I bring them with max vet as well, so you only got 6, but then the Strela actually has pretty solid accuracy, and you can get some decent numbers out of them. And the Eaglas and the Strelas here, not that amazing either. You only get 4 on max vet here, so that point on the Strela here for their cheaper price cost and the extra veterancy here can be quite nice. Resolute doesn't really matter, but the forward deploy matters. And then Strela 10M and Coop are pretty good at AA as well, with 1 vet on the Charlatan and the Coop as well to get them just a bit more accurate. And helicopter tap is a good one. The AA one, you actually use them all as rocket hinds with 2 availability and a chain gun. The AA one is not really great at AA, the AT ones are not really great at AT, but all of them have decent rockets. The AT ones sometimes can kill an IFV or so, the AA one sometimes can damage a plane or a helicopter. Against planes it actually has decent range, but with only 4 damage on the missile it's not super impactful. And then the air tap is a solid strike aircraft one as well. With only 2 fighters, you really need to be somewhat reserveful with your MiG-29s. You only want to use them when needed, but the attack strike here can be quite good. Seed helping out the MiG-23 and clusters and HE to get through. MiG-23 MF AT with 30 damage can be scary for enemy tanks as well, and with 20 ECM for 155 points actually is a pretty survivable plane, surprisingly as well. The BNs here only having 10 and being dive bombers, they are more of a one-way trip kind of thing, but with 4 500 kilogram bombs they actually can do the damage work, and the cluster one can kill off tanks quite decently as well, so they are still pretty worthwhile. You could consider it a rocket one, but I'm still not a big fan of the 240mm rockets, so I'm not too hyped on this one yet. It might have some use cases currently, but I'm not the biggest fan here. And the MiG-21s are pretty solid, though the only one that you might want to use is this one with the double missiles, and I don't really justify the weight of getting it in. Like, the SU-22 can help out as a fighter with high ECM, if necessary as well, as a really good helicopter killer as well, and then the MiG-21 just isn't that great of a fighter either. So finding the slot for it is pretty tough. So yeah, the deck is all about getting in there quickly, and against late game divisions, you just want to finish the game early with 4 deploy, and then a lot of cheap reinforcements and hitting all strong points with some artillery or air. And against slow divisions, faster divisions, you can actually play pretty slow because you have some tanks that actually can do some long range fire support, that can do some long range killing with ATGMs, and that is pretty fantastic as well. So these decks here can work like that as well. Good AA and all of that, pretty functional as well. And the helicopter tab, pretty chunky for any eastern one as well. So yeah, let me know down below what you think about the 4th at the moment. It sees a lot of play in tournaments, so I'm pretty optimistic that it will do fine currently as well. And yep, see you all next time, guys. Bye bye and have a great day.